There's always a lot of stuff to get to. One thing they always say in real estate, what's the constant in real estate? Change. Angela will not be here today, so that's the change for today. I know. But, crap happens and she's not gonna be here.
That's a hell of a way to get us in here.
You like that, huh? You like that, huh? Next week we're gonna put Cuba, so you come and Cuba good making, oh yeah, really good book.
Oh, you've done that before.
Oh, we have many. But, and just so you guys know today, you guys may have gotten, this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, take a breath. She did. Whenever we put mandatory, we really don't need it. Because we can't say mandatory because you're not employees. But we really want you to be here. So that's the translation with mandatory, because it's important. And usually, Jeff wanted to do this idea here and then in the Northwest, after each of our meetings on that day, to do an hour class on the buyer broker agreement.
So Jeff is not coming today?
He'll be here, Dave. He'll be here. But you can't be here, he said. You gotta be out of class. Jeff is very passionate about the buyer broker agreement. Yeah. Like crazy passionate. Not that we all aren't. He's just really, really passionate about it. Buyers. Yes. Okay. That was nice. I got the grade on. Kenny Rogers coming here. So when you see mandatory, don't get all freaked out. Like, oh my God, I can be there. It's just a strong encouragement that you show up because it's important. Okay. So let's go back. So that's Angela, in case you're wondering. That's what she looks like. She's in here. These are the gang that did $1 million last month in March. We don't have ours for, this is for all of Vegas, so it's a little, all 4 offices. So we're gonna have ours, Suze, we're gonna have ours today, tomorrow? Sure. She's still on vacation, in case you didn't know. I've done nothing in 4 days, and she's been out, but we love Suze. So that's that. A couple other things. So after this meeting, like I said, Annabelle, from 11 to 12-ish, me and Jeff will do a little BBA thing. And then we also got hoodwinked into a Zoom class with Justin today at 1 o'clock with Arizona and Nevada. So I think there's like 150 agents that have signed up for this between the 2 offices, between the 2 states. So you don't have to come to both. They're both going to be kind of similar, except one is on Zoom and one is live. Okay, but it emphasizes how important this BBA thing is.
But maybe it will be on the Rock University.
Yeah, it'll be recorded. Yeah, you'll miss it. They're all recorded on Rock University.
There's a
Right,
great
Barbara?
class, there's a great class next Wednesday at 10 from Rocky Blind that the attorney's gonna be on. 2 updates.
Yeah, you all should have pre-registered for every Wednesday at 10 o'clock for Waking Up to Win. Go to the website, click a button, and it automatically registers you for the next 6 months of classes. I'll put it on your calendar. Whether you attend or not, at least you'll remember that it's there.
It was really good this week.
And most of these are gonna be on the lawsuit.
Yeah.
With Alex, Pat Kelly, Dave Romero, Mark Kessin. So if you think we're beating you over the head with this DBA, you are.
Good.
Because it's that important. It really, really is, okay? So that's later on today at 1 o'clock. Some other fun stuff, we're at Barber, she's gonna spring for tacos, baby. There it is on the 19th. So, 11:30 to 2-ish.
So we run out of food, are you
We
running
ran
out
out
of
of food. Okay. There may be some alcohol involved. Saying, a really good chance of that happening. So come to that. The day before that, 2 weeks from today, we'd like those of you that enjoy giving blood to give some blood. Okay, the blood mobile will be here. We've all done it before. Usually when I go in there, it's Jody's in there, or Kathy Little always used to be in there with me. You know, sit there for half hour and they take your blood. Really good thing. You'll feel better. Annabelle, you'll be a better person for doing this.
I'm signed up
You're a
already.
better person for doing this, okay? Because, I'll say this as well. This is another big thing, 2 things coming up. Let's go. April 30th, we're gonna celebrate our 1 day. I think everyone knows what 1 day is, right? You know, that's our anniversary. And, we started 5/1/2005. Right? Right. Linda, right?
Yes.
So 19 years, May 1st. But we're celebrating on the 30th. And we need 15 of us to go down to the Just Going Private and volunteer. It's like 10 to 1, 11 to 2-ish. Go down there with, just jeans and you'll have a 1-day t-shirt we give you, and we help them do what they do down there. Typically it's handling food. Sue's like, who went last time? Remember, right? What do we do? Fruit, there's fruit, and there's water. They're a big warehouse, right? And they do, every day they bag thousands of bags of food that they give out to schools, to the homeless, but I think they did a lot of bagging of the food too. Also, what I'd like to do, we're gonna have a contest, I think me and Mark and Jeff and Jim, we're also gonna collect water and peanut butter. If you were here last year, we'd like to get the whole front filled up with different, help me out here, cases of water, okay? And we bring them down there with us, okay? So they're in need of water and peanut butter. So go to the dollar store, you know, they'll know. The dollar stores know more, right? Someone tell me they're gone, right? The 99-cent store?
99 cents.
Love that stuff. Really good. I love the 99 cents.
Dollars are still open.
Who's open?
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, Dollar General, but it's not a dollar. It's
Yeah.
Walmart. Several dollars. A couple bucks tree, you know? 99 cents was good for a while. Everything was 99 cents. But that ended. But, so we're gonna beat you over the head with this. We really are. Everyone can splurge for $4 and buy a case of water. Or three things of peanut butter, okay? It goes to a really good cause, so please help us out with that. Some more, this is again, this class today, this is next week. Justin's gonna do a class on TikTok. Who was here, was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Who did the chat GPT yesterday? How cool is that?
Didn't even know you had it.
Oh, you know, come on, let us try, you know, come on, stay with us here, stay with us, baby, you know? The newsletter every Friday, right? We all know Friday, 5 o'clock
When you get
newsletter.
your newsletter.
Where you click on it, come on now. But it's gonna do on TikTok. Yesterday's class was amazing. I was sitting over there, and he's demonstrating, and I went to the chat GPT, and I put in Realty One Group, #1 Las Vegas, Summerlin, something, and then I put, write a short poem, 50 words or less. Bada bing, bada boom, it wrote out this thing, I recited it to everybody, it was unbelievable.
Michael does it.
It was unbelievable, and I threw it on the Facebook page. So, it's really amazing what this stuff does, okay? TikTok, I'm not a big TikTok guy, but I guess I'm gonna have to be, you know, I guess everybody's on TikTok, right?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, right, so.
No
Wait,
way.
check that.
That's what we all do. That's what we do. When is he here live again, do we know? We don't know what it is. Okay. So that's the latest one game.
Can I add?
Yes,
Can I add one more thing?
please.
It's not on the calendar yet, because Wendy was on vacation, but we'll add it. Next Wednesday at 11 for the Wednesday workshop, I'm gonna be doing the actual OneSuite CRM in person in here.
But what time? Because
At
it's
11 a.m.
See, that's, well, okay, because 10 o'clock.
My
is-
time.
Okay, 10 o'clock is when though? 10 o'clock is when, we're gonna have to win.
No, yeah, but this is the Wendy's Wednesday workshop.
Right.
And I'm gonna be doing the CRM. And if you
Okay.
haven't set up this thing and you want to know how to create contacts and set them up for listing alerts and property detail reports, that's the class to come to.
We'll have a one-on-one.
We'll record it,
I'll plaster the
but it's not gonna be the same.
flyers.
Barbara, any of your old ones from back in the day?
There's some, actually on onerealtyresource.com, there's one on farming.
Is there one on CRM though? Is there one on Sync?
There was some on Sync
You
too.
should watch it to see if it applies.
I did kind of watch it just to see what I used to look like.
Hey, you look fantastic, no matter what. But Barbara did these, you know, 2018, 19, 20, 21, all on live on Zoom. And they all were recorded on our website, and we kind of changed it a little bit, so they might still be there.
Please
Okay?
go back and relearn it.
Yeah.
Did you record yesterday's? on
Yes.
ChatGPT?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll-
it's on the Facebook page already. It's on the Facebook page already. Okay? So that's TikTok. These are the Monday and Thursday that will be in. We'll talk to this in every meeting. You need to take these two, one suite
Rough bunch here today.
and one orientation. One suite is on Sync. Okay, that's what Barbara's gonna teach live, but Dusty does it live on
He
Zoom.
does it every week.
And it's on onerockstars.com where you can watch the past recording of it, okay? You need to do that, Dan, you need to have a database, you know, you need to have a CRM, okay? No more, you know,
Winging
sticky
it?
notes. You know, you ever see one in his office with the sticky notes? You remember going to our office, it's unbelievable. It's
Did you go to the board the other day? That was really good.
No, I didn't go to that one, no, I missed the track one. Yeah, was it good? Some other websites, you guys know this already, free websites, love them, hate them. It's from NAR, it gives you updates on what's happening with the lawsuit, nothing really has changed lately. You know, some stuff, we'll talk about it later, which maybe Jeff gets there too. but make sure you know these websites. How many of you have gone bowling with us down in LVO? Right? Yeah? May 31st, it's a Friday, I guess, after Memorial Day, right? Memorial Day is before that? Right? Memorial Day, Monday?
Before
What's Memorial Day?
Monday 20.
The Monday before? Okay, this is a lot of fun, okay? We need, at least 5 on a team. I think we had 2 teams last year. Jody goes, very competitive. You want to bet on Jody, she'll bet you anything. You know? Very competitive. You know him? Yeah. And if you've ever done the cosmic bowling at night at some of the bowling alleys, you know, they're doing that for us at 9 o'clock in the morning. Already then. And there'll be cocktails at 9 o'clock in the morning. There is. Agents that you meet down at LVR that you think are nice and sweet, meetings and committees, they come in here and they get shit-faced by 9:30. Bowling, throwing the ball, and it's a lot of fun. And all of a lot of vendors have tables set up, you know, by the bowling schools, by the lanes, title companies, mortgage companies, appraisers. So if you're in the need for little, what do you call it? Tchotchkes, there you go, good tchotchkes. Come to bowling, you get lunch.
This is charity.
It's for charity. All the money goes to, you want to say, don't know who it is.
Forgotten Not Gone and,
Oh, the Veterans Organization and what, someone else, right?
Bamboo Bridges, another.
Say it again?
Bamboo Bridges
Okay,
and, Forgotten Not Gone.
excellent. Got it. Okay, very nice. And I think it's $25. It's free? It's something, it's not free. There's some money. All right, so yeah, $25 a head, give or take, $25 a person, give or take. Yeah.
So are you sponsoring a team, Tim?
No.
Ah, okay.
You are, right? Had a big commission deal coming, don't you?
I got that back, I can't bowl anymore.
Maybe we'll do a raffle for free, you know, free key. Webb can't win it though. He's not gonna be involved in winning. But it's a lot of fun. The Concord Bowling is a lot of fun if you've never done it before. Baseball in July, we're planning ahead, but if you haven't gone to this before, lots of fun. Okay? We have a whole little section at the Las Vegas ballpark. Again, food, alcohol, baseball, tennis, lots of fun. Okay? Rev Up is still on the books. Those of you that have mentees, tomorrow at 9 o'clock, here we do number 4, the RPA. 412, module 4, RPA, that's me.
Meetings, how you work.
You know, lots of stuff going on here, Linda, lots of stuff going on, okay. And you know that we love her to death, particularly when she brings in a great breakfast. Woo! Glory, glory.
Okay, so it's heating up, and so the opportunity to get your tune-up on your system is shortening very, very quickly. It's gonna be 84 today, I think 87 tomorrow. So,
And a special in today.
the is it today April 15th?
No,
No.
yeah, 11.
15th, we're actually trying to see if we can get it extended, because we did have a little bit of, it was too cold for a while, it got hot, and it got cold, so we're trying to see if we can extend it. So I wanna tell you a scenario, a story, this just happened last week, this was another agent at another office. She placed her HVAC tune-up for her 2 systems. They came in and they also gave her a quote to upgrade her systems, her 2 systems. So we're gonna upgrade her for 2 systems, 14 SEER, 5-ton, Carrier. What would you think would be the cost?
15 to 17,000.
Oh, you guys pay way too much.
14 SEER, Carrier, installation, removal, all that good stuff. She's getting them for 10,000 a piece through our HVAC program. Because we're so big and we buy so many, we have these direct relationships with mostly Carrier, who makes Lennox. They have a whole bunch of brands underneath them, but Carrier and Lennox are the 2. Bryant is the other one. So, because we have such a tight relationship with them, we're able to pass along the discount, and in some cases, it's up to 50% off to get a brand new system. So if you have those clients that don't wanna wait, because here's the thing, if your system breaks in July, guess what?
Yeah, I've been there.
It's like having a roof leak during a rainstorm here.
Yeah, everyone's backed up. It's gonna take a little bit longer. So if you really want to upgrade your system, now, get the quote, it's free. If you have an American Home Shield plan, it's free to have somebody come in and quote you on what it would cost. At least you have a starting point on where you are to replace. We do have financing, so financing is an option. Yeah, so HVAC, I mean, it's coming. I've already talked to you about refrigerant changes coming. If you thought R22 was expensive the last couple of years, you're gonna be shocked at how expensive it's going to be this summer. Same with 410A, as that is getting ready to be discontinued manufacturing here in the US in 2025, January. That's also going to start going up. So, again, arming you with the information, if you're working with buyers, you know, and you have, you know, concerns about HVAC. We live in Nevada, we live in southern Nevada, where our HVAC system, we use it in the summer and we use it in the winter. It's not like California where we use it a couple times during the year. We probably use it a good 7 months out of the year, and it works hard. It's out of the elements. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Do you guys have any questions about anything else? Am I just doing a really good job?
The Freon thing is dead?
Huh?
The Freon thing is that dead?
The
Yeah.
410A?
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so 410A, so what happened, R22, we discontinued, the federal government discontinued manufacturing R22 in 2020. And this was all led with the GWP. You know what that stands for? It's the global warming potential. It's not even for sure, it's a potential. So they canceled, they stopped making it, it became more expensive. Refrigerant follows gas prices. So it varies from region to region, and it ranges in cost from time of year. So fast forward, 410A, which was what kind of took over for R22, right? You could adapt an R22 system to take 410A. That is now going to be discontinued in January of 2025. The new refrigerant is not compatible with older systems, okay? Because there's a whole, it's the new Freon, which Carrier has gone with 485B, and if you're looking at new construction homes, and I wish Angela was here because I would have liked to ask her what the systems that they're putting in their new homes, what refrigerant are they taking? Are they just trying to put in whatever, like 410A? Because the new ones are gonna be 485B, and 485B is actually a flammable refrigerant, so it requires the system to have a sensor for safety. So it's not adaptable with the older units. When we asked Carrier how long 410A was going to be available, he said indefinitely. I actually Googled indefinitely, because I was like, well, what does that mean, indefinitely?
A
So,
long time.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not what Google said.
You have to check GPT.
Yeah, that's 10. Don't you have an Alexa in here? Alexa.
YouTube, come on.
So anyways, just want you to be aware, as you're working with buyers and you're trying to show value, and having this information really arms you, being knowledgeable when it comes to homes and home systems and home maintenance. Thank you very much.
Alright, vacation girl, is it all good? Anything you wanna throw up to us? I know you just got back from
Yeah, so
a
I
beautiful.
wasn't prepared.
That's okay, okay, you're here.
Those of you that did contact me since Friday, I didn't respond. I was not in town. I did not get it. My phone was not on, so I will go through all my messages today. So don't think I was ignoring you. My phone just wasn't working. I was told everybody I'm out of the country. So I'll get back to all of that today. So I'm not ignoring you, whoever it was, multiple people. But I just, you know, I just don't wanna be rude. I just forget to.
Very, very hard. Don't forget, did I cut off Maria's head? There's Maria, there she is. Everything is good?
No.
No?
Everything's good.
Yeah.
I'm just, if you could play that.
I can do that. We're moving on up, we got a little video here, because this is a topic that, never goes away. just never go to it. And, if you don't know who this is, that's Tiffany Banks. She is now the CEO of NVR. For this video, she was the general counsel for NVR. So she's kind of moved up from lead attorney for NVR to the CEO. So she's the NVR's version of our local Wendy Belvecchi. Wendy is our local CEO at LVR. Tiffany is the state association president. And let's see if this works. What are the chances? What are the chances, Susan? There's no doubt in my mind that is.
That's great, great.
I'm thrilled to announce our next joint venture partnership, a unique opportunity to partner with.
Easy, isn't it? Easy.
I know, but I can't hear anything on Facebook.
Tiffany Banks, General Counsel for Nevada Realtors. If you're a realtor in Nevada, you've probably seen a client struggle through an earnest money dispute. For instance,
Come on, Tim.
buyer and seller have entered into a purchase agreement. Buyer then cancels the deal because he cannot obtain financing.
No, you're in a deal with the finance.
I'm Tiffany Banks, General Counsel for Nevada Realtors. If you're a realtor in Nevada, you've probably seen a client struggle through an earnest money dispute. For instance, buyer and seller have entered into a purchase agreement. Buyer then cancels the deal because he cannot obtain financing. Seller wants to keep all of buyer's earnest money. Buyer demands the return of his earnest money. Buyer's agent wants to know how she can help buyer get his earnest money back. Realtors, remember, earnest money disputes are between buyers and sellers. Title companies act as a neutral third party and will not look into the terms of the contract or decide who is entitled to that money. Absent both party signatures, title will hold on to the funds unless directed by both parties or by a court order.
We're excited about this, aren't we?
Always think.
So your final lawsuit, what do you guys think about that? What's your, any question about that? Maria, anything you want to add to it?
One of the reasons that I actually put that up there is because we are getting a lot of cancellations lately, and we are getting a lot of issues with disputes on EID. And one of the biggest things is you guys are now putting into an addendum, am I back to you?
No, you're fine.
You guys are putting into addendums that EMDs to be released to the seller. Once that happens, please make sure that you have contacted your lender and that lender is like 100% secure with doing that loan. Cause we've had two situations where all of a sudden the loan falls apart and you've already released that money to the seller. You cannot get that money back now. I mean, it's gone. You've said that everything is good, you're just needing an extension for 2 or 3 more days, and now all of a sudden the things fall apart, and EMD is gone and the buyer's upset. So, it is between a buyer and a seller, but be careful how you word things on addendums, because when you say release EMD to seller, and everybody signs that addendum, it's gone. It's a done deal. We're getting that a lot. And that's fine. If it's a cash deal, what the heck, it's gonna close, so, no problem doing that. But if it's a loan, please make sure it's gone through underwriting, everything's done, they're just needing a couple extra days to put the package together or something. But that lender needs to tell you 100%, actually 300%, that is a done deal and it's not gonna go away. Okay? Okay, that was my only bit.
There you go. Think of it this way. What if you were a listing agent? Let me pick on somebody. I always pick on you. But you're a listing agent, and I'm the buyer's agent, and I ask you for an extension of due diligence, and you give me an extra day, right? No big deal. Then I ask you for an extension of the appraisal contingency, and you come back and say, oh, that's great, Tim, we'll give it to you, but my seller wants you to release the EMD. No. Okay, is it that funny?
No.
What do you think of that? Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes.
No. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
So if you're the buyer's agent, what are you gonna do? You're the buyer's agent, you're asking for more time,
Extend
and
your
Linda,
time.
being the savvy listing agent, said, well, Johnny, we'll give you the, well, you know, we'll give you more time, but that ten Gs goes to my seller and you don't get it back. Now you have to go talk to your buyer. Is your buyer gonna wanna do that?
No.
No, never in a million years, you know? We don't want to encourage them to do that, but in some cases you might have to, right?
Only, I would only do it only if the financing was
So-
completed,
Yes.
waiting on an HOA package or something like that.
Correct, yeah, I mean, nowadays, you know, deals are falling through. Some of you have deals that are on your third or fourth offer, for whatever reason. You know, and sellers are gonna get pissed at you, whether it's your fault or not. And they're gonna want that EMD released as time goes on.
So, isn't there a way to just write it in the contract, so, say like the EMD is, 25,000, to be released 5,000 now, and then 25,000 later, and then that kinda saves them if something happens
You
along
can
the
write
way.
anything you want in the contract.
Yes.
Knock yourself. Every 3 days, you release $1,000, whatever you want to put in there.
Yeah, your buyer will be.
But both parties
just
have to
like
sign
you.
it, okay? And it's kind of funky, I should know the language, but maybe someone else can help me out here. In our RPA, it says if the deal, if one of the kids just falls through, the buyer is entitled to getting their money, the seller's entitled to getting that money.
With financing.
You know what I'm saying, Joe?
And both parties still have to sign the
Yeah,
release
title.
from
That's the
title
problem.
too, so
That's the problem. And
all
then,
three.
this is where we fight with the title companies, because in an RPA it says, the money should be released.
Goes
But
to
the title
escrow
companies
and-
never release it. They want an additional form
Yeah.
signed by both parties. So that's where it gets really tricky, okay, with the EMD. It really, really does, okay? And more listing agents are asking for a release of the money because deals are falling through.
It's gonna be a tough buyer's agent.
Yeah, or just be straight with your, I hate not to blame the lenders of the world. John Morgan's not here, he's a lender. A lot of it goes to the lender. You know, how many of you call up a lender, hey, I need this closed in 30 days, you know, can you do it? What do they always say? Oh, yeah, easy. Of course, I'll do it in 3 weeks for you, kid, you know? Until the shit hits the fan and it doesn't happen, you know? So your relationship with the lender is critical to this thing working. It really, really is. So if you have a buyer and they come in with another lender, have them talk to someone else too. Get a second opinion. It doesn't have to be John Morgan. I would recommend John because he's really sharp. But if you have lender relationships, get a second opinion because the EMD is a problem. And if something goes sideways, even with the mortgage, they're gonna blame you. It just works out that way.
Steve, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is anyone doing DD pre-approvals here?
What do you mean?
So before you actually find the property to the buyer, you will send it to underwriting, and underwriter
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
approves the loan.
Best way to do it.
So yeah, and then there are some, let's say if the loan falls apart, then the lender will cover like up to $5,000.
A couple of bucks or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like what me and Wendy do with the mentees, just so you guys know, if you have a buyer, when Joanne Haley gets her first buyer, and, oh yeah, Tim, this is Joanne, she's gonna use, Mary at Guild Mortgage. Okay, she wants to use Mary, no offense. Me and Wendy are gonna call Mary and drill the shit out of Mary with questions. We really are,
Yeah.
in a nice way, in a very nice way, to make sure Mary knows what she's doing, okay? Because
Yeah.
Mary messes this up, again, it's our fault, okay? And on all of our pre-approval letters for our buyers, whoever the lender is, it has to say the letters AUS. Do you know what that means? AUS?
Automated underwriting.
System, right. That means, kind of what you said, it went through underwriting, kind of, sort of. You know, they ran it through something called desktop underwriter or loan prospector. And the AI underwriter approved it. Not a physical underwriter, but the machine underwriter said, oh, if all this shit is legit, I'm gonna give them a loan, okay? If that's not on a pre-approval letter, we don't work with the buyer.
I'm talking about the actual next step. After the AUS, you submit it to actual underwriter and they pre-approve it, and then you get the letter saying that your credit was approved.
Correct.
So, and then you go look for the property, and when they find the property, even the closing can be faster, so you can compete with your, other real estate agents, so.
Sure, yeah.
You can do it like as a cash purchase.
Like going to buy a car, if you have your own financing, you walk in with a letter from the credit union.
Your buyer is already approved, so you at least have a piece of mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna say all lenders do that, but they do it to some extent. Do they run every 35 buyers through underwriting and get them approved with hopes that they buy a house? Probably not. That's a lot of work
But if
for
you,
for the
you
underwriting.
could be a strong agent.
Yeah, if your client is 800 FICO and putting 20% down, you know, they should run that through as a physical underwriting to get that approved, okay? So the EMD is a big one, gang, so that's why Maria brought this up, very nice. Good job.
Tim, one question, did you have a script for the lenders? Did you send a script?
Yeah, we got a whole script of questions that we ask the lender.
Okay.
Okay? And what we do is, like when Joanne gets her first buyer, I will call the lender. And Joanne is in a CE class, but she's not. She's listening on the other line. So she learns what questions we ask the lender. So next time she can ask them the same questions, okay? Because it's that important, you know? It all boils down to the money. If you can't get the money, there's no deal, okay? Unfortunately. I think Barbara gave us a little bit of an update already. Anything new? What's the class next week? Sync? Oh, no, sorry. Sync?
We were asked to do the Sync CRM, that is the database that's adding contacts, and then taking those contacts, putting them on the holiday drip campaign, putting them on, property detail reports, if it's somebody that you sold a home to and you want to stay front of mind every single month. Or if you have a potential buyer, setting them up for the listing alerts, because they're beautifully branded to you from Realty One Group, and as they're searching the MLS and looking at these properties, it's all you. So it's actually really nice, it's nicer than the MLS strip. So I highly suggest coming and learning how to use it. This is going to be starting from scratch. Wendy wants it to be a workshop, so bring your laptop and get it set up. But yeah, and when you leave, you should be good to go and know how to do this. So we're gonna actually do a workshop on Wednesday at what time, Wendy?
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
At a minimum, with the CRM gang, everybody you know, you should put in there. Everybody that's in your phone, maybe not everybody, but you know what I'm getting at. And at a minimum, Barbara will show you with a click that every month they'll get a report from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you what it
It
looks
could be on
like.
their zip code, if you wanna get specific, or it could be just Las Vegas in general, and it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's the most gorgeous report I've ever seen, and from that point on, you never have to touch it. But until they die, or unsubscribe, they're gonna get this monthly email from you. And I know realtors that I work with in the past at RE/MAX, they got thousands of people in their CRM. They don't even know who half them are. But over the years, they just send them this email. And my buddy Doug Miller, works at Subject 21, goes, "Can I get 3 or 4 deals a year from people that have been in there for 5 years?"
Yeah.
They just all of a sudden say, "Ah, shit, I'm looking for a house. Yeah, Doug's gonna send me that email forever. Let me give Doug a buzz." You know, and Doug has no clue where the lead came from in 2020 or whatever. But the name is in his database, and he's just, every month sending this really old type report, so it's that important.
One more thing also, the farms that you get from Rock Title, I'm gonna show you how to upload one in there and set them up on a drip also. So that'll be just like you wanna do your own neighborhood and start being the agent of mine, so.
Right. Really, really good stuff. John's not with us today, he's in the middle of moving, still from Arizona, but he's here every day. He's doing a class.
The first Wednesday of every month.
First Wednesday every month. So Wendy has a class every Wednesday, for the most part. Barbara, John, Justin,
Okay,
Wendy.
Wednesday, what time's your?
11 o'clock, Wednesday workshop.
It's in the calendar.
Could've been going to
Come
some
on,
of your
man.
classes.
If you forgot, here it is, man. You've seen it once, you've seen it a million times, okay? That's the calendar Wendy created with the Northwest Tech. And even Green Valley's in here.
Yeah, Green Valley's in there, Southwest just sent me something yesterday,
Yeah.
so we're gonna start incorporating all 4 offices. Most of them are in there, but everybody has different events, they'll pop in and they'll send them to me, so this adjusts throughout the month. We're trying to get a revised date on there, but, you know, again, just constantly look at the calendar to see for any updates.
See what's going on. The only stuff real quick, and then I wanna show you a couple of videos real quick. Here's some recent stats I pulled up this morning. Days on market has gone down. It was in the 40s there for a little bit, so they're going down. So clients are making decisions quicker. The prices are still good, median and average. The problem still is the inventory. We have 3,400 homes. It seems like we've been at that number forever. So, but with it being low, prices are still okay. So it's kind of a weird dichotomy here. The prices are staying where they are. And this is stats from April of last year, just so you guys know, okay? So what I want to show you guys real quick, and a bunch of you guys have sent me this. How many of you know who this guy is? This guy's name is Jared James. really good guy. I've been doing it 15 years, I've seen him online for 15 years. Very successful realtor. There's not many realtors I would recommend that you follow on the internet, if you know what I mean, on social media. He's one of them that I would recommend following. And he came out with this thing right here. What do we call these? Shorts? Reels? Stories? What are these on Instagram?
They're YouTube shorts.
YouTube shorts.
And then you put them on.
Okay. But he came up with this one. Judy sent it to me. Patrick Stevens said, 8 of you sent me this one right here. And I think I put it on Facebook maybe. But I think it's worth listening to if I can get it.
All right, guys, so statistically, 90% of home buyers have historically opted to work with an agent, and all the data is saying this is unlikely to change, contrary to all of the misinformation you've been reading in the media about how people are going to stop using real estate agents, how that's in your best interest, which is not in your best interest. Listen to me, if you're watching this and you're a consumer, third most stressful time in life, death, divorce, and moving. And very simple question, would you bury a loved one yourself? Would you handle a divorce yourself? Because you sure as heck should try to get to a closing table yourself. I've heard from a lot of people that, hey, well, my last transaction, it was easy. That doesn't mean your transaction was...
How many times have you had a deal that went super smooth?
Yeah.
And right? Real, I mean,
Yeah,
like
sometimes
people
yes.
got in incredible. Holy shit. No turbulence, no,
Yeah.
and the client thinks, well, I need 18 grand and she didn't do anything. I mean, that's the perception, that it went so smooth. But like Jared said, we shielded them from all the crap, all the turbulence, all the shittiness that went on through it. Not shield them, but expose them to a minimum of it. So let me have you finish.
Easy. That means you worked with a professional who shielded you from all the stress and the nonsense coming from the other side. That does not mean that it was easy. There's a big difference between getting someone pregnant and delivering the baby. There's a huge difference between finding a home and actually getting it to the close. These people are professionals for a reason, and if you value your peace, use a professional. It'll make all the difference in the world. All right, guys, so statistically, 90% of home buyers have historically opted to work.
That's true, right?
Yes.
But we don't tell anybody. Even me, I remember when I was an agent, my goal when I would meet my clients, I'd say, look, Barbara, my goal is to take you to the finish line. Oh! That's the biggest thing here. Hey, it's Facebook, I don't know. You don't like TikTok,
We should follow that person too.
I'm sure you have legit here, but it's gonna that, right?
AI did that, just for the.
That's when you're allowed to come to. That's when you're allowed to come. A couple other things I want to show you guys. This was in the paper a day or two ago from the Review Journal.
Yeah.
And if I were you guys, and I just learned how to do this, I think if you guys watch Facebook, how you can do a video on Instagram where your face is in here and you're talking about an article. I think all you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How do you do it? You all should be doing that.
Well, somebody teach us.
I don't know, YouTube it, come on, I mean, it's not that, if I learned it, it's not that hard. Okay? Brianna showed me in 5 minutes. So, but that's not our job. We're teaching you. You guys are all smart people. I mean, you're realtors, you hate reading, you're lazy. Me too.
Maybe I should hire you to do that.
But if you go on YouTube, how to do an Instagram story. I think it's a story, not a reel. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we hate TikTok.
And they're 60 seconds or less. You should be doing stuff like that. Hey, this is Tim Kelly, Las Vegas. Over here, check out the article from the Review Journal today, blah, 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 blah. You should be doing that stuff. And it adds to your social media
There's
over
lots
and
of
over
articles
again.
too that come across.
And when they Google you, all of these little snippets that you've created are gonna show up to validate that you know what you're talking about, okay? But this article talks about home prices are still, sales are slumping, but prices are still good, okay? Mikey, turn the AC to the right before we freeze. Yeah, go clockwise. There you go. There you go. So, I just wanted to point that out to you here, that, again, reviewjournal.com, lvrj.com, go to it, there's some good stuff on there. And again, even if you're a brand new agent, you do these kind of articles, you're gonna stand out from everybody else, you really, really are. Another website you guys know that I like is Inman. I go here every day, they got some great stuff. Some of it you do have to pay for, they have a select membership for $200. It's worth it?
No, $69.
There you go, in California, right?
No.
Is it really? I thought it was more than that, okay. But they always have some really good stuff, particularly about the lawsuit. All of you know that you have a Zillow, Realtor, Trulia.com website, right?
Yes.
Like profile, right, go to those websites and set up your profile, it's free. You can also go to homes.com. Homes.com, I think,
It's like growing.
soon is gonna replace Zillow.
Yeah.
Could be wrong,
Zillow.com is
could be wrong,
working.
but that's my take on this.
That's
Okay.
great ads.
They really do, they're funny as shit.
Funny, yeah.
What's his name, the tall guy? Tall, like Conrad, is he tall? The guy from Jurassic Park, tall, skinny. Jeff Goldblum,
Yeah,
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum, yes, funny as hell,
We
okay?
have a new commercial.
Do you?
Yeah, we have a commercial that's out right now, with our new branding. And we have, you guys know Saturday Night Live, SNL, Debbie Downer.
Oh, yeah.
So she is now Warrentina.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool. She does a yoga and another one, and she's really funny.
Warrantina. I like it.
Warrantina.
I like it. But what I'm saying is, visit homes.com regularly too. Their shtick, unlike Zillow, what do we go to Zillow for mostly? What's the purpose?
That information.
That information. What do we get from there?
Home pricing.
If we pay for it, what do we get?
Leads.
Leads. What kind of leads typically?
Buyers.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
But they are also a real estate company, so.
Well, they really aren't anymore, but they were, you're right. But homes.com, their thing is your listing, your lead. That's their motto. So if you have a listing and goes on homes.com, there's no other agents around that, just you. So that's why I think realtors are gonna gravitate towards homes.com. Where, and with all the advertising, the consumer will go there. If they keep seeing all these crazy commercials that are hysterical, you know, they really are funny. Then the public will go there and they see your listing, there's no 3 agents down the side, like in Zillow. Or hit contact agent and want a tour, it goes to you, not to the 3 people that Zillow would sell it to. So, something to think about. So I think they're onto something at homes.com, I really do. I think they're kind of going in the right direction. Okay. What else do we got here? The only other things on here I wanna cover, if I can find it here. Is Judy? No Judy today, right? Yep. Okay. Judy has this idea, and I think some of you do too. Tell me what you think. I think they used to do this in here, when Wally was here. Who was here with Wally?
Yeah.
Remember Wally, everybody, right? We love Wally.
And more other things.
Yeah, and other people before Wally.
Yeah.
Where you could tell everybody about a new listing.
That's great.
Right? We haven't done that in a long, long time. So I think we might start doing that. So,
It would be good for other agents in our office to sell our list.
What buyers are looking for.
yeah, I mean, maybe typically you want to promote a listing, but if you have a buyer, you got a $1 million cash buyer, people all love to hear about that, you know? So anyone have a listing they want to promote, talk about, tell us how great it is? Anybody?
I do.
Oh. Okay.
Promote it.
Here they
Ready?
come.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Randy. Happy birthday.
Look at that cake.
Thank you, guys.
Look at that, there we go.
That was so nice.
I think last cake we had for Suzanne, didn't I mistakenly say happy birthday when it was anniversary? So Maria had everything to do with this, so good job. We'll cut that up in a minute. But anybody have a listing they want to talk about?
I do.
Got it, girl.
I
Fire
have
away.
a listing in Pahrump, single story, it's manufactured, but it sits on 1 acre, 210,000, 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
How much?
210.
210.
210. Yeah, Yes.
Does it,
The
does it
seller was in the
have
hospital.
running water?
Sewer and, well,
Okay.
so, but
How big
anyway.
is the land?
It's 1 acre. Yeah, and, no HOA, and it's about an hour drive, a little over an
How
hour.
old is the property, do you know?
Well, the seller's 84, and he's been in the hospital, so the
No, how
seller,
old is the house?
since 1989. So it is converted to real property,
Okay.
so,
So you can get a loan on it.
and
There you go. You can't pay it, right?
it's gonna be cash or VA, he's not gonna let you assume it's VA. He won't do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because then he can't use it.
I've got a gorgeous property.
I know you do, Webb, we're
I've
dying to hear
got,
it.
I've got a gorgeous property over off of Ann Road in Bradley. Like-minded, floor plan just sold for 70,000 higher than what we're listed for. So it's an absolute great buy for somebody.
What is your-
No HOA, single story, mountain views both out of the front and the rear of the home. So when you're buyers.
But,
Okay, we have a solar on the property.
Tell your seller to pay it at closing.
But I'll tell you what, I've never been a proponent of solar. I live a mile away from this home, and my home is a tad bit smaller, but my power bills are like 3 times more. Her payment is $131 on the solar, and the other bills are like $14, $18, $22. So for $150 pretty much year round, you've got a great power bill with a guaranteed 11 cents per kilowatt hour. So I was never a proponent of them until I read through that damn thing. And I would, because if you pay it off, which could happen, you lose all of the incentives that they give you with it. So it's kind of, when you look at the back and forth, people want to save anyway. So if it didn't have solar, you'd probably be going to it anyways. And this is already done for you.
Did I get a listing? I'll let him preach for me.
So, but it is single story, it really is in a beautiful neighborhood. And you owe it to your clients to at least look at it. Now, there is an FHA assumable on the property at 2.5%. If your client qualifies for it, they can take it over. You got like a $1,200 a month PITI, but the caveat, you gotta have the balance of it in cash. 240,000 or 50,000 in order to assume.
Right. Just gonna be careful.
What's the
Assumable
address?
loans sound great.
5509 Tropical Toucan.
Thank you.
That's 5509 Tropical Toucan.
What's the real name?
Sales price.
And the sales price is $469,000.
But for you, $459.
Oh, $429.
Go to timeshare, go to timeshare mode. Well, come on, But,
We just lowered it 20,000, guys, so.
Just be careful.
I'm probably gonna raise it, cause that one just closed. 70,000 higher, shit, I think I might have to go back
Why
up.
don't you just pay
So
it?
before I do, you might wanna take a peek
Why
at it.
don't you just pay off the
I'll tell you why, because if you pay it off, you lose all the warranty, you lose the 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Yes, you do, believe me, I've read it 3 times, absolutely.
Why did they do that?
That's solar Sean.
That's how they keep it.
Yeah. I went through that packet more than anything in life. I'm usually not, huh? It's SunPower.
So they're still around.
Yeah, they're still here to service it, maintain it, and while it's under a lease, they do all that. The minute you own it outright, you're cut off. You get nothing.
All right, who else has a listing? That's 2.
I have a listing in North Las Vegas as well, 112 Whitney Breeze Avenue, off of Tropical and Ann. 2-story, little over 2,700 square feet, $469.
Those went the same way, Tropical and Ann, so what's the
I'm
cross
sorry.
street?
North Fifth and Tropical.
Okay, fair enough. All
You
right.
said 2,700 square feet for something?
Yes,
Your HOA,
$469.
HOA?
Less than $200 a foot. That's nice.
What's the address?
112 Whitney Breeze Avenue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
112 Whitney Breeze. Very nice, very nice. And those are newer homes up there too, right?
Yes.
I mean, not brand new.
Not brand new.
They're not 19, they're not,
That whole area is like new, I mean,
Right.
because it didn't exist
yeah.
a decade
Years
ago.
Wasn't there.
Huh?
Okay. One more, anybody?
How many of people in here know that there used to be a dump at Charleston and Buffalo? Is anybody that old? That used to be the city dump. for those of you who don't know. Buffalo. I mean, it's just, well, that kind of gives you a perspective of what's going
If
on.
I've ever on Jeopardy, I'll remember this.
During our meetings, we want to share historical facts about that might not be one of them, I'm just saying. I thought you were gonna go with pig farm.
No streets
Like,
for
well,
long.
pig farm, there, you know?
Tim, you were gonna say something about assumable loans? 'Cause I have.
Just be careful, I don't know if you had that in your agent remarks, that it's assumable.
I do.
Okay.
Is that not good?
Well, how do you know for sure it is?
How do I know for sure it is? Because I talked to the person in Guild Mortgage who created the loan.
Who has the
They
loan
give-
now? Who has the loan now?
As far as
Who has the loan?
FHA, it's an FHA.
Who's your client making a mortgage payment to?
Probably good.
That's the company that has to approve the assumable part of it. So you gotta be careful.
And it takes several.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a great idea, you know, but in 15 years, I've seen two happen.
I heard they take longer, that it's a time-consuming process.
But you as a listing agent, before you promote it, you need to, you and your seller need to
Find the
call
service
the
agent.
servicer and say, look, is this assumable? What do we have to do? What hoops do we have to jump through to get there? Because it is, technically, it's an FHA loan, but they're hard. They're really hard.
Are they? Okay.
They really are. You know, VA is easier from what I.
And in that price range, usually you don't.
Yeah, and again, the big difference is, he owes,
Well, if they're.
he owes 200 on the house,
Right,
but it's worth 400, so your buyer has to come up with the difference.
right.
So he has to come up with a lot of cash.
Yeah, but
It's
someone
a
just
low
bought the
mortgage.
home last week for 540,
Yeah,
all
right.
cash.
Right.
So it's out there.
But not
Yeah.
many FHA buyers have 200,000 cash to do this.
Tim, would that be a deal breaker? So if I was able to qualify for a loan, so I'm pre-approved to go see it, and I go see it with my client, you know, we go, and then I wanna assume that loan, because the agent put it in there as advertised, and I'm not able to assume that loan, can my client break contract because of that? Because that's in the.
Sure, I mean,
Yeah.
cancel anytime you want, within reason, you know, but again, the thing with assumable is usually a whole bunch of cash the buyer has to have. And most of them don't have it.
In that price.
You know, they don't, you know, or even veterans. You know, they
Well,
want to
the-
assume the loan at 2%, that sounds great for the next
So-
23 years, but they gotta come up with $75,000 to pay off for what the seller wants to sell the house for.
Right.
And that's usually the problem, that they don't have the money to do that, okay? So just be careful, pursue it, but just talk to me and Wendy about it, or give Maria's input. But it goes on the listing agent to do the homework with the lender for their client to see if
They might
the
well
bank
not-
even allows it.
Might not even wanna wait 4 months.
Right, exactly, so those are very, they're really, they're
I would just take that out. Because,
Well, he's getting phone calls, I don't know.
There you go.
It's not false advertising, but it's still.
Well, my thought process is if you're a cash buyer, why not free up 230 grand at 2.5% and utilize that money to buy something else?
But they're not
Now
that-
you got two
They're
properties.
not that smart, they're gonna have.
Yeah, we all know the math on that, but, you know, clients to do it, it's hard.
Okay.
It's hard, you know, it's a specific type of client that it is. Who was I talking to this morning? Christine Torres, she has a standing inventory, she made an offer on, 35,000 off the list price. So if you have any buyers, bring them to the new homes and see if there's any standing inventory.
Yeah, only on
They're
standing
making
inventory, they don't
problems.
deal with, yeah.
got 500.
Clockwise, you'll hear it go off. Turn the gold thing, there you go. Yeah.
It's like an iceberg in here.
It's unbelievable.
Global warming in my ass.
Yeah. So if you have a buyer, and you find standing inventory like Christine did, it's a home run.
There's
And I think
like
she got a 4.99, interest rate.
There's like 500 homes in standing inventory.
What's
Las Vegas.
Yeah, but 500 homes available, standing inventory.
Yeah.
What do they pay
On
on
the
commission?
developers.
Yeah, and the haggling is at a minimum, as we know, there's not a lot of haggling. So kind of keep that in. All right, gang, congratulations, these two knuckleheads again, they had a great life. Any other thoughts? Actually, we're gonna end the 5 minutes early, go figure, we're usually 20 minutes late. But any questions, thoughts about anything, any issues we can get everybody involved with, helping you with?
Do I?
Questions, concerns,
I give them all.
The
situations?
soap in the men's bathroom doesn't work.
I hate that, you know, 1-800-HOPE.
I got a question.
Yeah, nice.
Can I get a piece of cake?
Huh?
Can I get a piece of cake?
Oh, you want a piece of cake here, ah. I didn't feel we were rolling out a little bit. Okay. But if you hang out until about 11, Jeff will be here. We're gonna do about an hour buyer broker agreement class, kind of run through the whole agreement real quick. And then at 1 o'clock, if you wanna hop on Zoom, see if you're on there with a bunch of Arizona agents, check it out that way too. That'd be nice. Otherwise,
Every time you go to one of those classes, you learn something.
you do. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah. And I invited brokers from Arizona to be on the class with us.
Yeah, but
So it'll be like 7 of us on.
We go to classes.
Today at 1 o'clock. Yeah, on Zoom.
Just the one day.
For 1 hour. Right. Leave anytime you want. It's Zoom. Leave anytime you want. All right, gang. Thank you for hanging in there.